Hello students, myself Mahima Laharia from Vijayanagar College Hospate. Welcome to my YouTube channel Pacific Chemistry Classes. Students, today we are going to study the atomic structure, that is a unit 1. I already uploaded the 2 videos of this unit. So I hope you have already seen those videos. If you are not seen, I will give the link in the description box. Go through them so that you can easily understand this part. So students, what I will cover in this video, that is the wave mechanical model. We have to cover first according to your syllabus. So I hope it is very clear to you what is classical mechanics, what is quantum mechanics. Whenever we are talking about, when we are studying the properties of any macroscopic particles, means large particles, we are using the classical mechanics principles. And when we are talking about the small particles like electron, proton, atoms, etc., so we are using the term quantum mechanics. So you have to study the details of the wave quantum mechanics. It is also termed as the wave mechanics, and the 3 main principles which make the quantum mechanics are: first is the de Broglie concept of the dual nature of matter, second is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, and third is the Schrodinger wave equations. Means all these 3 make our quantum mechanics as a very important branch of chemistry. So students, we are starting our today's lecture, that is the wave mechanics or the wave mechanical model. So students, you have already seen in my Bohr's model of an atom video what is the Bohr's model of an atom. So what does it tell us about the structure of atom? As we all know, according to the Bohr's model of an atom, the electrons revolves in the fixed orbit around the nucleus, and these are the stationary orbits. Why? They have the fixed amount of energy. So in the Bohr's atomic model, what the Bohr had explained, it is explained about the hydrogen atom, है ना, because hydrogen is having only a single electron. So Bohr explained the hydrogen atom successfully and also presented the spectrum, but it failed to explain the structure of the atoms which are having more than one electron. So what other things we need to study about the other atoms? So now let us see in the details. Now we can you can take the screenshot as I have written in a notes manner. So the Bohr model explains successfully the hydrogen atom spectrum, but it failed to explain the structure and the atomic spectrum of the atoms which are having more than one electron. So shortcomings of the Bohr model lead to the development of a new model which can be easily explained the nature of the microscopic particles like electron, proton, etc. So means, is it clear to all of you? Bohr's model explain only about the atom which is having the less number of electron, means hydrogen has only one electron, but for explaining the properties of the other atoms which are having more than one electron, we need some new models. So the new branch of science which is based upon the following concept that I already discussed, that is the de Broglie concept of the dual nature of matter, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, Schrodinger wave equation. All the 3 concepts develop the wave mechanics or the quantum mechanics, and the new model of atom is known as quantum or the wave mechanical model of an atom. So as the Bohr model of an atom was developed on the basis of the Planck's quantum theory, the quantum mechanical model of an atom has been developed on the basis of the quantum mechanics. So here you can see our Bohr model was developed on the basis of Planck's quantum theory, but our quantum mechanical model is based upon the quantum mechanics, means it will involve these 3 of the main principles, that is de Broglie concept, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, and the Schrodinger wave equation. And the heart of wave mechanics is the Schrodinger wave equation, that is which is the derived on the basis of the certain postulate of quantum mechanics. Means the Schrodinger wave equation is derived on the basis of the certain postulates of the quantum mechanics. So students, I have made this video according to your syllabus only. So if it is coming like discuss the postulates of the wave mechanical model, so you have to, students, to explain the postulates of the wave mechanical model of an atom, we have to use our 3 of the principle, that is the de Broglie concept, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, and the Schrodinger wave equation. So we will start this with the de Broglie concept. So Einstein in 1905 suggested that light has a dual nature. We already studied this in our previous classes, that light has a dual nature, that particle as well as the wave nature. A simple example, for example, if we see the bulb, electric bulb, so it is giving us the light, means the light will reach anywhere, है ना. For example, sun also, sun's light have the wave nature, so it will reach anywhere. But how we will understand the particle nature? For example, you stand in sun for a large time, है ना. So slowly the radiation will enter your body and the particles will heat you. Similarly, if we keep a book after the bulb, if you keep any textbook or a metal piece in the bulb, what happens here? The surface of that particular book will get heated. So this is due to the particle nature. So as we already discussed, that Einstein has explained the dual nature of the light, that is the wave as well as the particle nature. And then Louis de Broglie, he is a French physicist, in 1924 advanced this idea that like photons, all the material particles such as electron, proton, atom, a piece of chalk, a piece of stone, that is all the microscopic and the macroscopic particles, all objects have the dual character. That is, the wave associated with the particle is called as a matter wave or the de Broglie wave. So all the particles, whether it is a piece of chalk or a stone, all will have the dual nature, some wave nature as well as the particle nature. So we will study this de Broglie in the following headings. As you are in the degree classes, so not lot of detail is needed. So what are the important headings? I will explain. That is, first is the de Broglie relation, then the significance of the de Broglie equation, difference between the particle and wave, difference between the electromagnetic radiations and the matter waves, applications of the de Broglie equation, which is derived from the Bose postulates, and experimental verification of the de Broglie concept. So the most important is the de Broglie equation. So now let us start our equation. We are using the relation, that is E is equals to h nu. So what is this? The wavelength of associated with any particle can be calculated as in case of the photon. So what we are, if a photon have the wave character, so it's have particular wavelength, what is its energy? That is E is equals to h nu. This is from our Planck's quantum theory, and the nu is the frequency and h is a Planck's constant. So for the de Broglie equation, we have to start with the equation that is equals to h nu. This is from the Planck's quantum theory. And if a photon is having particle character, then its energy will be given by E is equals to mc square. Means when any photon is showing the wave nature, we are using the equation E is equals to h nu for the wave character, and for the particle character we are using E is equals to mc square. So this is according to the Einstein equation. We already know m is the mass of the photon and c is the velocity. So from equation number 1 and equation number 2, we can write as h nu equals to mc square, and we also know that nu is equals to c upon lambda, that is nu is the frequency. And so in the terms of h, what we can write, h c upon lambda, we will put this value here, so it will be s c upon lambda equals to mc square, and we will cancel out both c, and what you will get, that is the lambda is equals to h upon mc. This is the equation number 3rd. Or we can also write, as we know that c is the velocity here, and we can replace c is the velocity of the light, and we can also replace it with the velocity of the particle, that is the v. So we can just change this equation, that is lambda is equals to h upon mv, or mv, what is the mv? mv is the product of mass and velocity, is also known as the momentum. So we can write this relation as lambda is equals to h upon p, and the above equation is known as the de Broglie equation, and lambda is the de Broglie wavelength. So students, just we can say this equation once again, E is equals to h nu and equals to mc square. We will equate both this equation. So what you will get, h upon mc is equals to lambda, and lambda can also be, we will also write v in place of the c, and we can also substitute p in place of the product of the mass and the velocity, that is the momentum. So this equation is known as the de Broglie relation, that is the lambda is equals to h upon p. Lambda is equals to h upon p. This equation shows that lambda is inversely proportional to the momentum, that is lambda is inversely proportional to the momentum, or momentum is inversely proportional to the wavelength. This lambda is our wavelength only, na? So they have the inverse relation, means lambda is inversely proportional to the momentum. What does it say is that if the lambda will increase, the momentum will be less. And so the de Broglie wavelength of a particle is inversely proportional to its momentum. I hope this equation is clear. So significance of the de Broglie concept. What is the importance of the de Broglie concept? That is, the wave character of the large objects has no practical significance since their wavelength is too small to be observed and hence cannot be measured. As they are saying, if the object is very, very large, okay, so their wavelength will not having the so much significance. But if the small object is there, for example, if the electron is there, so their wavelength will be have lots of significance because we can easily study their wavelength. And similarly, in the Bose theory, electron is considered as a particle, while in the de Broglie theory, electron exhibits particle as well as the wave nature. So it is clear, in the Bohr theory, we consider the electron only as a particle. But according to the de Broglie concept, we can say that electron has a dual nature, the wave nature as well as the particle nature. So student, this is enough for the degree classes. And if you want to write extra for the de Broglie equation, de Broglie relation, you can also write the notes on these following points. That is, you can get the difference between the particle and the wave, difference between the electromagnetic wave and the matter waves, and application of the de Broglie equation to derive the Bohr's postulate. I have summarized here, but I am not explaining. It will be much for the degrees according to the degree syllabus. If you want, I will give you the notes separately. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And if you like my video, please share with your friends.